practice, a lot of athletes responded on social media. J.J. Watt, who definitely understands how this goes, tweeted out, "Minor setback for a major comeback. We've all seen what's possible. Can't wait to see what's next with you every step of the way." Also, Teddy Bridgewater also knows what it's like to have an injury like this. Been overcoming adversity your entire life and never lost faith once. The battle is already won. Claim your victory. Born winner at Deshaun Watson. Yeah. And then LeBron actually tweeted as well, and he said, "This seriously just made me sad, man. Get well and stronger ASAP." I think that's really hits players a lot when they see one of their fellow athletes go down like that, because it's just a reminder that it could happen to you as well.
Yeah, and again, I think he's going to bounce back and be fine. He's going to be just fine. Listen, geez, look how good Andrew Luck is the last 2 years. He can't get on the field. So this is, I think we have a very, very promising group of young quarterbacks. This is the best college quarterback class in some time. So I think the league's fine. This is... Come on now. I mean, in the NBA, guys sit because they're bored. In the NFL, you sit because you're hurt. They're sitting for the right reasons. When they get hurt, they'll heal and they'll be back. Derek Carr's already missed games this year. He's back.
Tom Savage would be the starter that they have now. So they're trying to make some moves to figure out if there are any other options. So they will sign Matt McGloin. And Ian Rappaport also said that they'll sign TJ Yates to see who could be a potential backup or maybe even starter if they don't want to go with Tom Savage.
You know, it's funny. Everybody, the minute Deshaun got hurt, like everybody, the Kaepernick crowd comes in. Well, Colin Kaepernick, listen. Kaepernick fit in Seattle, the city, the coach, the locker room, and the offense. But, I mean, I would have no problem calling Kaepernick because my prediction with Kaepernick is we're going to get to week 9 or 10, and a team that's pretty good is going to lose a quarterback. But if you look at Houston's owner, and he's a Trump guy, it was the chances of signing Kaepernick.
So you think that Kaepernick does
I think on this team, I think it would work.
Okay. Better than any of those other options?
No, I've always said Seattle was an absolute home run fit, and Seattle looked at him. And when Seattle said no, my takeaway was, I'm not sure where it's going to work. You had a progressive owner. You've got a coach, Pete Carroll, that is okay with really expressive players. In fact, even if it's political stuff, Russell Wilson and Kaepernick, they played each other. They know the offense. He knows the division. I thought Kaepernick in Seattle worked. And it's a real liberal city.
But you also think that he would work for Houston?
No. I said I think he works for the offense. He doesn't work for their owner. I mean, that owner is like Trump's guy. Hasn't Trump been the one guy that's been on saying no kneeling? And by the way, these billionaires are loyal to themselves and they're loyal to their other billionaire friends.
Okay. And finally, speaking of quarterbacks, Jim Irsay is reportedly furious about the Andrew Luck situation, and he feels like he was misled because he believed that Luck was expected to be back by this point. I think there's a lot more probably to this. I don't know exactly what he felt he was misled about. What's your take on that?
Well, the new GM. Remember, the last GM of the Colts was Jim Irsay's weightlifting buddy. Mm-hmm. The new GM is all business, and he's not Jim Irsay's weightlifting buddy. And so I think their relationship is a work in progress. With Chris Ballard, the GM of the Colts, and Jim Irsay, it's a work in progress. And I think Irsay, even though it's his team, should let Chris Ballard run the team and make these decisions. What always worries me about Irsay is he's very impulsive. And those are the worst kind of owners. Like, I would rather have an incompetent owner that stays out of it than a slightly competent owner that's impulsive. But the Colts are going to be really good in 1 year from today. They're going to have 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 new draft picks. They're probably going to have 2 or 3 starters off the trades they'll make. In 1 year from today, the most improved teams in the league, and I predicted this year that the Rams and Carolina would double their wins. In 1 year from today, the 49ers and the Colts will be the most improved teams in the league. It's just Irsay is chatty, and if I ran a team, he would not be my favorite owner.